Most people think budget means disposable. We spent 365 days and 20,000 miles trying to find out if the 2025 Dacia Duster is a long-term bargain or a ticking time bomb. Hey everyone, welcome back to Supercar, where we stop reading the brochures and start living with the machines. Today we're performing a post-mortem on our long-term 2025 Dacia Duster. It is now 2026, and we have officially crossed the 20,000-mile, or 32,000-kilometer, mark. When this car launched, it promised to be the ultimate bargain SUV, rugged, stylish, and cheap. But as the new car smell fades, the reality of budget engineering usually starts to show. We've lived with this car through every weather condition and road surface imaginable to give you the full story on what actually breaks. Spoiler alert. It wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. We had one major mechanical failure that left us on the side of the road. Before we dive into the wreckage, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon. We tell you what the manufacturers won't. It looks like a rugged adventurer from the outside, but does the build quality feel like a toy once the warranty starts to sweat? When we first took delivery of our 2025 Dacia Duster, it was a genuine surprise. Dacia has evolved from making, boring but functional cars to creating something that actually looks premium. The exterior is sleek and the interior, while definitely utilitarian, is incredibly spacious. It's the kind of car that makes you feel like you've cheated the system by paying so little. The real confidence booster, however, was the 5-year, 100,000-kilometer warranty. That's industry-leading stuff for a budget brand. Knowing that Dacia is willing to back their product for half a decade gave us the courage to put this SUV through some seriously tough tests. Our initial drives were smooth, quiet, and left us feeling optimistic. But as we all know, the first 1,000 miles are easy. It's the next 19,000 that tell the real story. The 1.3-liter turbo is punchy and efficient, but it developed a personality quirk that made every stoplight feel like an earthquake. Under the hood of our Duster is the 1.3-liter turbocharged petrol engine paired with a 7-speed automatic gearbox. For the most part, this engine is a champion. It's efficient, reliable on cold starts, and has enough grunt to merge onto highways without breaking a sweat. We've averaged about 7.5 liters per 100 kilometers or 31.4 miles per gallon, which is honestly pretty impressive for an SUV with off-road DNA. However, it wasn't perfectly smooth sailing. Around 8,000 miles in, the engine developed a rough idle. Sitting at stoplights, the car would vibrate and shake just enough to be annoying. The fix? A simple software update at the dealer for the idle control system. We also noticed that the mild hybrid start-stop system is a bit of a fair weather friend. On freezing mornings in early 2026, the system often refused to engage until the engine was fully up to temperature. It's a minor quirk, but something to keep in mind if you live in a colder climate. Everything was going perfectly until a terrifying error message turned our 7-speed automatic into a 2,000-pound paperweight. Let's talk about the transmission. Our Duster uses a 7-speed dual-clutch automatic. For the first 14,999 miles, it was seamless. Fast shifts, no jerking, and great response. Then came the 15,000-mile mark. While driving normally, a transmission fault message flashed on the dash, and the car refused to shift out of second gear. We were stuck. We had to call roadside assistance and tow it to the dealer. The diagnosis? A failed gearbox actuator. Thankfully, this was covered 100% under that 5-year warranty we mentioned earlier. Since the repair, the transmission has been flawless, but it's a sobering reminder that budget can sometimes mean unproven components. If you're considering the manual version, community forums suggest keeping an eye on early clutch wear, but for our automatic, it was all about the electronics. In 2026, a car is only as good as its software, and our Duster's digital brain had a few moments of total amnesia. The Media Nav Evolution system is a massive upgrade for Dacia, featuring an 8-inch screen and full smartphone integration. It's snappy, until it isn't. Over our 20,000-mile test, the screen froze a handful of times and CarPlay would randomly disconnect, requiring a cable unplug and plug dance. More concerning were the ghost warnings. Twice the dashboard screamed electrical system failure, throwing the car into a limp mode. Both times, a simple turn it off and back on again, reset, fixed the issue. The dealer couldn't find a physical fault and attributed it to an ECU glitch. These digital hiccups are common in modern cars, but they definitely take away from that reliable SUV feeling. A series of software updates at our last service seems to have banished these ghosts for now. We hit potholes at 100 kilometers per hour that would have shattered a luxury sedan. So, did the Duster's budget suspension survive the impact? The Duster is built on a robust chassis designed for unpaved roads, and honestly, the suspension is one of its strongest points. It soaks up bumps like a sponge. Even after 20,000 miles of rough treatment, the struts and shocks feel as tight as day one. There are no body rattles or looseness in the frame. The only downsides: the front brake pads were toast by 18,000 miles. We suspect Dacia uses a softer pad compound to improve braking feel, but it means you'll be replacing them more often if you do a lot of city driving. We also had to perform a wheel alignment after a particularly nasty winter of hitting potholes. The steering wheel had drifted slightly off-center, but a quick $50 adjustment at the shop had it tracking straight again. It's a tough car, but it's not invincible. Safety tech is supposed to save your life, but our Duster's automatic emergency braking nearly gave us a heart attack instead. The 2025 Duster is packed with ADAS features like lane keeping assist and adaptive cruise control. While these are great on paper, their calibration is definitely budget. The lane keeping assist is incredibly intrusive, often tugging at the wheel on narrow roads where you're perfectly safe. The biggest scare, however, was a false alarm from the automatic emergency braking. On a completely clear road, the car slammed on the brakes because it misidentified a shadow or a roadside sign. It's a jarring experience. After a dealer recalibration of the radar sensor, we haven't had a repeat performance, but it proves that cheap sensors can sometimes be a bit oversensitive. Is the cheapest SUV to buy also the cheapest to maintain? The service bill might be the best part of the whole car. Here is the good news. Dacia maintenance is incredibly affordable. Our 10,000-mile and 20,000-mile services consisted of basic oil changes and inspections, costing us significantly less than what you'd pay at a Volkswagen or Toyota dealership. Thanks for watching this 20,000-mile deep dive. If you've had an experience with the 2025 Duster, leave a comment below. We want to know if yours was as adventurous as ours. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Supercar. Until next time, happy driving.